Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Macrocast, your source for news and entertainment with the minds behind Macro Records. We're your hosts. I'm Mattson.
I'm Downlow'd.
And welcome back. We are glad to be back on an actual schedule, recording again. I don't think people like that. They're probably like,
Maybe
God,
you don't.
No, I'm sure people who are listening...
Maybe you don't like it.
There's certain gripes people have about podcasts.
I'm sure that some people think that it's, like, attractive and sexy.
Like, it's pretty much your mating call.
Some people are probably... Like, there's definitely someone who's driving in their car right now going, like, yeah, I could bone that.
I'm just sure of it, dude.
100% like some chick is like, that was sexy. You about that.
So, what have you been doing since we met last?
I've been reading a lot, lighting lots of candles, making my own candles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Out of pure animal fat that I've slaughtered.
Oh.
Yeah, they're fictional animals though, like creatures, wildebeests, griffins. I have griffin fat cameras.
That's the one thing, like,
candles, I mean. That
griffin hunt that they showed in, like, the preview trailer for Witcher 3 just looks so badass.
I haven't seen that.
Really?
I have been, I don't know, I've watched quite a bit of television, though. I've caught up with quite a few things. I saw some movies, but what's going on in the world of Macro Records? Do we have a release?
No. We
don't
have a release this week.
Well,
no release.
We'll get to all the stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the movie you saw, and we'll also talk about some of the TV. Oh, my lord. Shush. We'll be talking about...
I don't think people like that.
People definitely don't like it.
People definitely have gripes about that on podcasts.
Well, I mean, it's like...
They don't think that's sexy.
No, definitely not sexy.
The Lord versus my mating call. I mean...
So, I don't know if you heard about this, but a guy has been working on a fan-made Star Wars animation for the past 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you? So, is this what we're about to?
Yeah, we'll watch a couple minutes of it. Just a quick reminder: if you're listening on audio and you want to watch together with us on video, go to youtube.com/macrorecordstv and watch on video with us, my friends.
Watch on, watchers. No. Oh no. Oh no, dude. Those aren't our fans. Macrocasters. TIE Fighter Wars? It should be spelled THAI.
No, it's Star Wars TIE Fighter, dude.
It should be THAI.
Like, people, like, business casual men who have fights with their neckties.
Like Taiwanese.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Solo!
People from Taiwan. So, the main thing about this
is pretty well animated.
Yeah, it's got like an 80s Gundam type feel to it.
Kind of, yeah.
And he also used a lot of 80s music. I think this guy was stuck in the 80s.
Probably still is.
The animation does look really cool, though.
It looks like it's good.
It was created by Paul Michael Johnson.
It's a white dude.
Obviously.
What does that even mean?
His name is Paul Michael... Well, I guess Paul Michael Johnson is kind of an ambiguous name.
I mean, I figured because of the animation, like the animation has a very
That's
Eastern
even more
style.
Racist.
It has a very Eastern style. That's not racist.
But it was inspired by things like Mobile Suit Gundam,
Akira,
Pat Labor. What's Pat Labor?
What? I don't know. Probably an artist.
Most of the sound effects he got from the classic TIE Fighter games. I don't know if you ever played those.
A TIE Fighter!
They originally came on, like, floppy disks.
No, never.
They were, like, some of the first couple Star Wars games.
This guy's like, yeah, power my fucking ship up.
I mean, the 80s music is cool, but I totally feel that this would
have been so much... It kind of takes it away. Like, it takes away from the overall...
Star Wars should never have actual, like, Earth music in it.
Wait, are there vocals too?
No, it's
okay. It's just like instrumentals.
Yeah, the whole thing is instrumentals, sound effects, and the actual animation itself.
God, I bet this guy wears like button-down T-shirts with flames on them.
I mean, he put a lot of work into this. Man.
He did this for 4 years with no pay, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't get paid, and it's only 7 minutes long. He worked on 7 minutes of content for
It
4
is.
years.
It is a pretty intensive, like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on here.
And the attention to detail is really fantastic.
There's just one dude with a mustache. The rest of them are all, like, younger guys, and that dude, he's obviously, like, higher ranked or something. Maybe he's just a dude who, like, joined this fleet when he was older.
Maybe. But,
Like, someone was like, Carl! His mother was like, Carl, you gotta get a fucking job. He's like, shut the fuck up, Mom! Guess I'll join the fucking Starfighters. TIE Fighters.
Oh, Lord.
I'll join the TIE Fighters. Are they TIE Fighters? Is that what they are?
I mean, okay, so the ships are called TIE Fighters.
She's like, how are you gonna join the TIE Fighters, Carl? They're all fucking Taiwanese.
They're not even called TIE Fighters. They're just called TIEs, but they are.
So like they're
fighters.
ties. That's what the Taiwanese are like. They're ties. Like you go
I'm
to
sure-
Thailand, you hang out with the ties.
I'm sure every TIE Fighter comes standard equipped with a hot bowl of pho. Or, no, that's Vietnam.
What the pho?
Yeah, that's Vietnam, isn't it? Where does pho come from?
It's Vietnamese.
Yeah. Yeah, that's close enough.
That's racist.
Yeah, that was pretty racist.
Now we're pushing the boundaries, man. That's why we listen to the Macrocast. They push the fucking
I
boundaries.
just love all the, they're just not afraid to say what they feel, man.
Say what they need to say.
And
it's even though if it's like totally politically incorrect.
They follow their hearts. If anyone has anything to say about me once I'm gone, I just want them to be like, well,
It'll be like Dan Harmon, like
he followed his heart.
and you can just tweet Alex at Macro Records and say, Alex, what the fuck, dude? And he'll be like,
hashtag follow your heart.
He'll be like, fuck you. That's how he responds to everything on the Macro Records Twitter, right?
Oh, really?
That's what it's going to be from now on. We've decided.
I'm becoming Dan Harmon? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I just said.
But I think Dan Harmon does a little bit more than says fuck you.
What does he say? You're a jerk.
Yeah.
No, you are.
I think he goes he says specifically why they are incorrect. And
I love Dan Harmon, by the way.
He's cool.
We watched this video with Dan Harmon in it, and I was just saying God, that guy I don't know.
That was a weird interview. It wasn't even an interview. It was a roundtable with the creators from
Parks and it was the creator from Parks and Rec, and then a bunch of people from blogs.
No, someone from Big Bang Theory was there.
No, it was the Big C, was what it was called.
Big C Theory?
No, it was just called. Was there really someone from Big Bang Theory?
The first guy to talk, when his nameplate came up, it said such and such Big Bang Theory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't what's his name. It wasn't the creator of Big
There was
Bang
a woman
Theory.
that was there from Big C. Are you talking about the other guy who was I don't know, you should ask Dan because it's more he knows better than I do?
That was the guy from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, it was a weird interview.
It wasn't an interview. It was like a roundtable discussion.
Oh, the Knights of the Round Comedy Table.
So, do you want to talk about the movie you went to go see?
Okay, so we talked about it a little bit last week, and you were saying that you wouldn't have any incentive to go watch it, so I watched it, and I thought it was really fucking good. The critics and the user.
Wait, you haven't even told them what movie it was.
Oh, it's.
You're just talking
We're
about
watching
the
it right
movie.
now.
No, but dude, there are fucking people listening on audio. Tell them what movie you saw.
It is Disney's Cinderella. It's the live action remake. But we talked about it last week a little bit. We touched on it.
Someone was listening to that and they were
like, "What the fuck is he
never
talking
said
about?"
What movie he's talking about?
What if I just never said it and we just went there I did an entire review of it and they're like, "What the fuck is?" You would have caught on. I took notes about it. The exposition was really well done. I mean, overall, the writing was great. The set design and the costumes are really they're pretty out of this world. They spared no expense.
And you said Richard Madden pretty much kills it.
He's good. I mean, he's Prince Charming. But one of the things that I have to say about this movie is the way that they executed the catchphrases, like Cinderella and Prince Charming, and the fairy godmother says shit like bibbity bobbity boo, this is very true to the animation.
Who played the fairy godmother?
Helena Bonham Carter, and she's
That's
amazing.
Cool. Yeah,
she was really good. And it's also what was crazy is that she has a wand and she really separates this character from Bellatrix Lestrange, obviously. I mean,
I
she's
feel
been a witch.
all her characters
they're really different. She's a great actress.
Yeah, her role, when she played Bellatrix, that was I think that really showcased her range as an actress because no one really expected that from her.
She's a nutcase.
Yeah.
She's all over the place, though. I mean, she's an amazing vocalist too.
Wait,
the score for this film?
Is that Natalie Portman? Oh, okay.
No.
Who's Cinderella?
I'll touch on that right now. Well, she was fantastic though.
Cool.
And even young Cinderella, like typically I have a problem with child actors because I'm like they can't like grasp the role, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like younger Sleeping Beauty and Maleficent was like lame, and I don't know. This one was really well done.
We're not going to talk about Maleficent again.
No, I feel like they did a really good job with this. The cinematography is great. The colors are amazing. But like I said, with the catchphrases, the way they incorporated them was really well done as well. The only thing that I had a problem with as far as this goes, and I mean, there's really nothing they could do because they stayed so true to the original story, which is a good thing in my opinion. But it's like this girl Ella basically surrenders herself to the stepmother, and if all of her problems would have been solved if she was just a bitch. Like, she allows... The whole thing is, like, all of your problems, or just the whole world is conquerable if you're, like, you have courage and you're nice. Just have courage and be nice. Like, she's living by her, like, mother's wishes for her to do that, which is kind of ridiculous in the first place. Anyway... Cate Blanchett is sexy. She's great as the wicked, stepmother and whatnot. I dig it. The movie kind of does suffer from like pretty people syndrome. Like everyone looks really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Overall, it's a good story. There's a chilling denouement. It's, I don't know, the very end. You figure that they would wrap it all up. Like that's what I was worried about. They're gonna wrap it all up in like 5 minutes, like like Maleficent kind of did.
Fairy tale.
Yeah, and everyone lived happily ever after, but the way that they put the whole story together was really well done. Cool. So I was watching the people as they left the theater, and it's a total date movie. I went and saw it by myself, so people were like, "What the fuck is that guy like?" But
they thought you were a creeper. Probably,
yeah. But I mean, everyone was like feeling it. You have a good feeling when you're leaving the movie, and I mean, take your chick to this movie, and she's probably, you're probably gonna, get lucky or something.
Yeah, it's like Wicked in South Park.
Is that what happens with Wicked? Like everyone gets lucky if they go and watch it, or what?
All the musicals are being developed with like subtext that's all about blowjobs.
Well, Idina Menzel is in Wicked. And she's also in Frozen, and so there was, and this kind of like, this whole movie, what I can say, wiped the bad taste out of my mouth as far as Cinderella goes, because Drew Barrymore did that Ever After thing, and I'm pretty sure that was a Cinderella story as well, and it was just, that was from like the 90s, and fuck Drew Barrymore, man, she's like such a bad actress in my opinion. She's like been grandfathered into the industry, but I just can't stand her. I don't know what it is with Drew Barrymore, but she's like,
she's very one dimensional.
She's totally one dimensional, and she had like the worst British accent in that movie too.
Wait, she had a British accent?
She was like, and it was so bad. Anyway, at the very beginning, Disney shows this like Frozen fever thing, which is it's like I don't know, an afterthought to Frozen, because Frozen has been so successful. They're probably going to make a sequel. I don't know. They are literally like beating that horse to death.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's already pretty much dead, and they're just like stabbing it,
But they won't give up.
The audience loved it. Like the audience was going crazy in the movie theater, and it wasn't a packed movie theater. This movie's been out for like a good month.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what it is about Frozen. I'm just not into it. Like I haven't seen Frozen, the original movie, but like
none of these fairy tale movies really do anything for me.
I don't know. Cinderella is a classic, so I can dig that. It's that movie came out in like the 50s, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so everyone knows it. Like, they did it justice as far as the original animation goes. With Frozen, it's like Pixar, and it's like CGI animation, and the whole Let It Go thing is it was like a fucking #1 single for like a year. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just a little bit too much. And I also love, Disneyland. I go to Disneyland as much as I can. And when I'm there, it's like Frozen. They're like shoving it down your throat.
Well, that's just recently.
What, that I went there?
No, the Frozen phenomena.
It's been going since the movie came out. I mean, that was
when did
like...
it come out? 2013, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
But that's
yeah.
dude. Frozen was a big fucking deal for Disney. So I don't know. Having this other thing just seemed to me like they were kind of beating the dead horse. But the movie Cinderella, I would recommend it. You should go check it out. Disney, there's very little bad that I have to say about it. If you don't want to go pay for it at the movies, then watch it at home. For some reason, the movie was like cheaper. I feel last night than like I went at like 10:20. I don't know why this is, and it was like $9.
That's normal.
Is that normal?
$8.20. Here, a movie costs $8.25 for a matinee showing. So after.
So a matinee, is that like the latest showing?
It's like after 6. Showings after 6 are matinee, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow. I thought they were like $13 at one time.
And did you see it in 3D or some shit?
No. Oh, that's why in 3D it's more expensive.
Yeah, 3D you'll end up spending $14 or $15 on a ticket.
I don't see like really the value in going to a 3D
I hate
movie either.
3D movies.
Like it just doesn't, and especially something like that, it doesn't make sense.
I saw Avengers in 3D. Was it Did Avengers come out in 3D?
It did.
Yeah, I saw Avengers in 3D, and God, it was fucking terrible.
One note that I made about Cinderella, though, is this, like, it's kind of weird because in the original cartoon, she talks to animals, right? Like, she talks to, like, the mice, and they're all friends, and, like, in this, she also talks to the mice, and I was like, God, this girl is fucking batshit crazy. Like,
because it's live action,
it's live action.
It seems more real.
The mice are, like, they have personality, though, and they, like, speak back to her, kind of, but not, like, what they did is they like had actors or someone like do the voices and they sped it up like 100 times. So you could noticeably tell like
sounds like Flash and Bart Allen having a conversation.
Like if you were just a person right next to them and they were having a conversation in like flash speed, like using a speed force or whatever.
They sound like
it's like super high pitched. Yeah, totally. They turn into horses at one point and one of the horses has huge ears, which is kind of dope.
So does she get her badass carriage?
It's fucking sick. Yeah. The CGI is like Disney
does
really
the fairy godmother
expense.
pimp her ride?
She pimps
Exhibit comes out and he's like, "We go pimp your ride."
The fairy godmother pimps her out in general. And okay, so the girl who plays Cinderella is Lily James.
Cool.
And she's also been in Downton Abbey, which is another show that I'm kind of into. I've watched quite a bit of it. But she's fucking hot, man. And I never realized. I was like, damn, this girl is like something else. I don't know. But I would say go with a date, because otherwise you're gonna end up like me and you're gonna be like, dude, you fucking date at this movie. Like, I was like about to talk to the chick next to me, be like, yo, are you single? Or like,
Yeah.
let's hang out.
Wait, so there was another woman who was by herself as well?
There were like two women that went as like friends or whatever. I was like,
okay,
yo,
okay.
you guys, like, let me nestle in between you. And
Yeah, I'm sure they would have enjoyed that.
Listen, it's just Cinderella. Like, yeah.
So let's talk about this.
Oh, so yeah, this is Sasha Baron Cohen.
So, Queen's manager posted something.
The Queen's manager?
Queen?
The Queen?
Recording group Queen.
The Queen.
Not
what
not
if she
Queen,
had a band?
Not Queen Elizabeth.
She like files a copyright suit or something. I've been in the royal family for hundreds of years.
So the band Queen, their manager posted something on social media alluding to the fact that Sacha Baron Cohen was going to be playing
Freddie
Mercury in a Queen
biopic. Yeah.
So
which would have been what did you think of that?
I mean, I respect Queen, and they've obviously made great music, but I'm not a huge Queen fan, I guess you could say.
They're like a huge band, though.
I probably won't go see the Queen biopic in theaters, what I'm trying to say.
So they said that Sacha Baron Cohen would be playing Freddie Mercury.
I think that's would have been a cool casting.
That was the question that I was basically asking.
Okay.
Are you like, what do you think of Sacha Baron Cohen?
I think that would have been a cool casting, but Queen's guitarist Brian May has came out saying that he came out of the closet and wait, no. He was saying how his manager was joking and this is not really happening. It's not true.
Well, they're going to make the biopic,
yeah.
but it's going to be someone else playing it, which is kind of it's a huge fucking disappointment in my opinion, because I think that he's got some real range as an actor, and I think that he could have nailed it. But the thing that I also read was that they're not going to be touching any of like the AIDS or the party lifestyle that Freddie Mercury had. it's going to be very, like, they're going to try to make it a very family-friendly movie, which doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you make a fucking...
That's why
that's not even true.
That's why I like the idea behind that NWA one, is because it seemed really real to me. It seemed like they weren't going to
still PG-13?
Really?
I don't know.
But it seemed to me from the trailer that they're not going to be trying to sidestep, like, some of the pivotal moments of those people's lives, and
right?
Real issues that, you know, most of Hollywood is probably too afraid to touch on.
I feel like my problem with that movie is that they're going to embellish it too much. Like, they're going to be like, NWA did a heist. Like, no, they didn't. They didn't do a fuck, like, you know, like, they did a heist to make that record or whatever. And it's like, get on the floor, I'm Ice Cube, motherfucker. Like, you know, that would be a good scene, but who's the guy that's making that? He made Hustle and Flow, right?
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
So. Hustle and Flow was amazing. Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I've seen that movie. Is it amazing?
It's a pretty damn good movie.
That's a big stretch. It's like, I mean, it's a good movie, but I mean, fucking DJ Qualls is in that movie. I wouldn't say that DJ Qualls is amazing and he kills it. No, he's good.
What's his name? The guy...
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard does a phenomenal job in that movie. And so does, what's her name from Person of Interest? She was in the first season of Person of Interest. She played Agent Carter.
In the first season?
Officer Carter, Detective Carter.
Wasn't she in, like, several seasons?
The first 2 seasons. She died in the spoiler alert, she died.
Amari P.
No.
Taraji P. Oh, yeah.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, totally. And now she's doing something else that's, like, pretty big, isn't she?
She's on a Fox show called Empire, which has gotten huge.
Really?
Yeah.
She just hosted SNL.
Really?
Yeah. So that's only reserved for, like, people who are on the up and up or someone who's, like, already been there. You know what I mean?
Apparently, the show she's on now, Empire, has the best ratings of any TV show in, like, 20 years or some shit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it, but it looks cool. I might have to give it a shot.
I might check it out. You don't have anything to watch at the moment either. You were saying that you were...
I want to try the pilot of that show Dig to see if it's good, but it's gotten such terrible reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
It looked really dope, though.
It looks interesting, man. And Jason Isaacs, the guy who played Draco Malfoy's dad, he looks like he does pretty well in that show.
So,
looks pretty good.
As far as TV goes, we talked about...
Wait, we're not going to TV yet.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Oh, I thought we were talking about TV.
Hold.
Whoa, bro.
Hold your horses.
Wait, we're not talking about TV yet.
Wait, where's my cursor? Oh.
It's right fucking there.
There's my cursor.
I'm right fucking here.
There it is.
I'm your fucking cursor.
So, if we take a look at these images here... They're stills from the new James Bond movie coming out called Spectre.
And this is also with Daniel Craig, right?
Correct. In a minute, we're going to take a look at the teaser trailer.
Is that Kim Kardashian?
No.
Oh, God, I would not watch this movie if Kim Kardashian was like...
God, why would Kim Kardashian... she's going to be the next Bond girl?
And Kanye's like M now? Kanye's like, yo, motherfucker. Like,
no, M is Ralph Fiennes, dude. He's fucking amazing.
Fiennes?
Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes. Like, if he's like French? Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes.
That sounds like one name, like Fabio, like Ralph Fiennes.
It's such an interesting last name, like Fiennes. Fiennes?
Yeah, Joseph Fiennes, too, is his brother.
Oh, what's he in?
He's been in several movies as well.
Huh.
He's not as famous, though. He was in one of those war movies, I think. I don't know.
One of those war movies.
Yeah, right? There's literally hundreds of them. It was like The Thin Red Line or I don't know, The Red Line That You Cross or...
Yeah.
Here, I'll find out.
The Hunt for Red October?
The Hunt for the Red Line.
Wait, are we going to watch this teaser trailer?
He was in American Horror Story.
Oh, really?
Hercules, Camelot, Elizabeth. Enemy at the Gates is what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
With Jude Law. And also he was Shakespeare in Shakespeare in Love.
Wonderful.
Dude, they have a huge family, by the way, and they're all like in the entertainment business. So the Ralph Fiennes, Martha Fiennes, Magnus Fiennes, Jacob Fiennes, Sophie Fiennes, and Michael Emery. Isn't Michael Emery's he's an archaeologist. But
you were thinking Michael Emerson?
No, but Michael Emery he has an IMDb as well. He's been in stuff too.
Really?
But he's an archaeologist by trade. They're all family. I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, they have like Wikipedia pages. Anyway,
we are going to watch this teaser trailer.
What happened to
Respect
the
her.
other M, by the way? Judi Dench.
Spoiler alert, she died.
Forensics finally released this.
Good.
What is it?
She was
Personal
old.
effects they recovered from Skyfall.
It's fucked up. Skyfall!
Got a secret.
Look at this burnt
Something
photo.
you can't tell anyone. Because you don't trust anyone.
This movie is unnecessary.
No.
It's it is unnecessary. Cinematography looks good.
Yeah, it looks stunning.
Familiar face.
Looks stunning.
What's yours? I was at a meeting recently and your name came up. I'm flattered London's still talking about it.
I hope that there's like some gadgets and stuff in this one.
Sex. You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
You're a cunt dancing in a hurricane? Is that what he said?
Kite.
Oh. Would have kind of been better the other way. Is this Parliament?
And finally, here we are.
You're not a James Bond fan.
No,
are
I
you?
am a James Bond fan. I'm more of a classic James Bond fan, though. I want to see. I'll watch this, but like
So you're like a Roger Moore fan.
Sean Connery.
My
I
top
would be and Timothy Dalton, but I would like to see like gadgets on the cars and shit, and like I mean that's one of the things that I love about Batman too is the Bat car or the Batmobile has.
There's a new Q now. It's a really young guy now.
Oh, really?
He was in Sky. Did you ever see Skyfall?
Was Q Judi Dench or was she M?
Q? M was Judi Dench.
Okay, who was Q before?
John Cleese was Q. There's been a couple other gentlemen who have played Q. Ultimately, man, I like Daniel Craig as James Bond. He's definitely in my top.
Yeah,
three.
I like Daniel Craig as well, but I just wish that there was more of the like, the cool gadgets and shit. And like
I feel like
you
Pierce
have this-
Brosnan's
was that he
James
kind of
Bond.
killed it.
No, well, okay. I like Pierce Brosnan James Bond, but he's considered to be one of
The worst.
on the lower end of James
Right.
Bonds. But what I was gonna say is his James Bond had a lot of gadgets.
I
and
liked
shit.
that.
Yeah, it was cool. Like he had the BMW 7 Series he could drive with like a remote control and shit.
Yeah, that
and,
was cool.
All the Jaguar that had it was an Aston Martin that had like machine guns that pop out and shit.
like a pin. He had like a pin that was a bomb and
Yeah.
or like it like poisoned people and shit. I don't know. Like and now Mission Impossible is kind of doing that stuff.
There's gonna be a new Mission Impossible.
I know that, and I that looks kind of cool. The Simon Pegg is in it.
Yeah.
And he was in the last one as well. But I mean, I feel like Daniel Craig also kind of wants to do a little bit. You don't have to overdo the gadgets. It doesn't have to be like the mainstay of James Bond, But if there were some of the cool gadgets and shit, I mean, he's a fucking super spy. Like, I want to
feel-
see some of that.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is, in my opinion, is they probably feel like the story they're telling with this current James Bond has kind of transcended that. In terms, like, it's not really a focal part of these movies, his cool gadgets and him.
But it doesn't have to be it could just be like
doesn't,
an ancillary thing. You know what I mean? Like.
I think it could be a cool thing they put in there for fans and stuff,
Totally. It doesn't have to be like everything doesn't have to be hyper realistic, and that's why I like the Flash so much because they embrace like the comic bookiness of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the books, the original books, I think that he had gadgets as well.
In the novels?
Yeah.
He probably did. I haven't read any of the novels.
I haven't either.
But
I'm not really interested to do that. I mean, hopefully
No.
there's definitely going to be a love interest in this one. There's always a love interest. He's always going to
there
bone
always
down. This James Bond is not nearly as seductive as forthcoming as Sean Connery's Bond though.
I feel
Connery's
like he
Bond was
was
like, let's bang.
in Casino Royale, which was the first one he was in. It kind of was like that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, Casino Royale was really good, and then Quantum of Solace was okay at best.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
But Skyfall really knocked it out of the park. That was a solid fucking movie.
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It was a little too long. I even felt, even for a James Bond movie, it was just like a little too
Yeah,
long.
I felt the same way. The villain was really good though. They always like a Bond villain has to be like crazy.
And that's the thing with Spectre. It's bringing back one of Bond's most dangerous enemies.
Really?
Yes.
Is he going like what? Who has he been? Has he appeared before?
I'm pretty sure he has. And I'm also really excited for Bautista. He's in this movie.
Who's that?
He played Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's
Dave
MMA.
Bautista. Yeah.
Right
He's going to be playing one of the henchmen in this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Fuck yeah.
Like Jaws was a henchman in one of the movies, and
Correct.
he's like one of the most memorable characters. And then there was that short dude. You remember that dude was like a henchman too, wasn't he? And like Man with the Golden Gun.
Man with the Golden Gun. It was not.
He was the main villain.
I almost said gold member. But gold. It's based off Goldfinger.
It was Goldfinger.
Yeah.
That was the movie. It was Goldfinger, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were thinking of GoldenEye, which is a Pierce Brosnan.
No. I'm thinking of Goldfinger because there was like that dude died. Like it was. I think Connery was in that one. Or yeah, it was Connery. And there was like a short dude who was he was the henchman.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The henchmen always have to be as memorable as the Bond villain.
Yeah. I agree.
It should be. They should be. Like they're part of the Bond villain. Like, you know. I don't know. I'm excited.
Me too. So let's check this out. This is really awesome.
Oh yes.
This is. I believe this is official.
It is official. Ryan Reynolds posted this. That's him in the suit.
So this is the new Deadpool suit. It looks really fucking good, man.
I think that the thing with this is they realize, the entire studio, Ryan Reynolds, everyone involved realizes that the portrayal of the character in X-Men was shitty.
That movie was shitty altogether.
No, the last
It's
30
really
minutes,
fucking
the
bad.
last 30 minutes were terrible.
I hate
the
that
Juggernaut
movie.
was really bad.
I also hate the Wolverine movie after that. Why did they need to make Wolverine movies?
I don't know. Anyway, I hope that this movie will pick up the pieces that they kind of dropped. And also, my problem with Wolverine is, like, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but Wolverine's also supposed to be, like, 4 feet, like, 5. You know that? They should have made him smaller.
That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is they're like, oh, people love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Let's milk the shit out of this and make a bunch of Wolverine movies. It's totally unnecessary. And, I mean, speaking of that, our next fucking topic is about how
Hugh Jackman,
his last portrayal of Wolverine is going to be in this final Wolverine movie. They made a fucking trilogy of Wolverine movies.
well,
That's unacceptable.
I mean, that's Fox, though, for you. They have to hold on to the copyright for X-Men, so if instead of doing X-Men movies, they're going to make Wolverine movies.
But this is the last one. This one that's going to come out.
Oh, no, it's not the last one. This is the last one with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, God, no.
Then they're turning over an entirely new leaf.
But,
It's going to be X-Men with brand new fucking characters or whatever.
overall, this Deadpool suit looks really, really legit. And I'm excited to see.
There's no Wolverine in First Class.
In X-Men First Class?
Yeah.
No.
It was Hugh Jackman in Days of Future Past, wasn't
Correct,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, there was no other Wolverine.
Because in Days of Future Past, he was alive and looked exactly the same.
Yeah. That's bizarre though. So what are they going to do? Like they're going to have to basically end the X-Men franchise without Wolverine.
No, they're phasing new actors in and out of this. Like in Apocalypse,
is that going to be in the same continuity though?
I don't know.
That's my question.
The problem with this is it's not part of what the larger story that's going on that's been, building up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Winter Soldier and now Age of Ultron. It's 20th Century Fox doing their fucking thing, just putting out movies just to, like you said, to keep the copyright.
Hold the copyright, yeah, totally.
But
that's a pain.
Yeah. I want Marvel to get Fox on board like they've gotten Sony.
That's not going to happen. They have such a bad relationship with each other.
Yeah.
I
think Marvel is obviously resents them after this,
Well, I think that I think Fox resents them as well. Marvel pulled all the toy rights from them. They have no toy rights for X-Men or Wolverine. They can't make any new X-Men
Good.
toys or posters or like for the characters.
That's good, because all Fox is doing is fucking with the greater story that's going on with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah, totally.
Universe.
But it's all about money. That's what it all comes down to.
True.
And also in the comics, they killed off Wolverine as well, and they're not going to bring him back until they get
For a
rights.
while,
Until
yeah.
they get rights to it.
Yeah.
You know, so that, I mean, they're playing some real fucking hardball there. But Sony
I don't blame 'em.
and Disney have a good relationship because a lot of people use the Universal backlot still. Like a lot of other people will rent the backlot for a day and use it.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, like Disney or you know, even Fox will use it. I mean, they have a relationship with Sony as well, but Sony's relationship with Disney is just good.
Yeah.
You know, that's why and
Sony is like, they're in a kind of a tough spot right now.
are they really?
I mean, there's all sorts of landscape shifts going on over at Sony. So
At Universal?
at Sony,
Right, but Universal is Sony.
Universal Pictures.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Sony, a company as a whole,
Well, yeah.
not just including their movie branch.
Their film or their entertainment branch.
Yeah.
That's weird. I guess. I don't know. They're a mega corporation
Yeah,
at this
definitely.
point. You know, it's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Anyway, I'm excited to see Deadpool. I think that
too.
they're going to do it some justice.
So we got some other looks. Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. It doesn't look bad.
And guess what? It looks like Jesse Eisenberg.
It looks like bald Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, and like what? I mean, what else were we really expecting?
Nothing.
He looks. It looks like they took the photo from the Social Network. And they just like
photoshopped his
removed the hair. He has the exact same face. Like,
Nah, man. Look, I feel like he's probably gonna do a damn good
oh, I'm
job.
sure he will. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
You know, but I he looks like Jesse Eisenberg.
I just don't see him having the Clancy Brown
Yeah,
voice.
that's the thing. Like the Clancy, he's going to sound like Jesse Eisenberg. It's going to be a different Lex Luthor than we're used to.
Yeah.
And
At least it's better than that pile of shit that there were rumors going around.
what was that?
There was rumors that in this movie Lex Luthor was going to be some tatted up thug or something.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You can't like what, dude?
Those were
Lex
the
Luthor
rumors
is the
going
smartest
around.
man in the world. If they'd like tried to make Lex Luthor into a Bond villain, that would be totally fucked. Like he's got his own thing, you know.
Yeah.
And his I don't know, his simplicity kind of makes him work. And okay, so on to another DC villain that's going to be hitting the screen. Let's see what.
You're gonna get really, really, really crazy. On this song, you're gonna get.
Granted, he only said 2 words, but I mean,
I don't. It doesn't.
sound
Can we
bad.
pause that because it's on like? I feel like I'm in Inception now. But I feel like Jared Leto. I don't. It's going to be. You're right. It's going to be like. What is it? Like which Joker was it that you were talking about? Not Troy Baker, but
it's like I said it was going to be like a cross between Mark Hamill and a John DiMaggio voice.
it's going to be
Joker.
closer to John DiMaggio.
I feel like not. I feel like that had a good portion of that.
Mark Hamill? No.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's Joker is like whimsical, like yes.
But-
there's like there's more of like an accent to it.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
And-
I feel like this has just enough of a hint of that. And he's only said 2 fucking words as the
And
Joker.
maybe that's not even the Joker. Maybe he's like he's just
fucking
like
with people.
No, not even. Maybe he's just saying that like in a growl.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's gonna be the Joker, you know?
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like people are reading into it too much, if that's what you're saying.
I think that people may be reading into it too much.
Yeah.
That I don't know. Maybe we'll see because the Joker. I mean, he is by and far the most crazy, unpredictable character in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Like Ra's al Ghul partnered with him and found that he was too unpredictable to control, even for Ra's. Like,
Well, I mean, even like anytime any of the other heroes hear about what's going on with the Joker or something, anyone from the Batman family is like, you don't understand the Joker.
Right.
Only we understand the Joker. You guys, you'll never understand him. So quit trying to.
In the continuity too, like in the comics, the Trickster is talking at one point, and it was in Arkham Asylum, and he says when other criminals want to tell horror stories about shit, they talk about the Joker.
Yeah.
Because he's the most fucked up. Like, he does the craziest shit, you know.
He's the guy who will fucking cut his face off and later, use hooks to reattach it.
Yeah, well, and also, okay, so what about, which movie was it where Black Mask tries to recruit the Joker, and the Joker puts them all into a bin and, like, lights them, or tries to light them on fire?
Yeah.
That was,
I know what you're talking about.
Under the Red Mask?
Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Black Mask was awesome in that movie.
Black Mask is awesome.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool character.
And so is Hush. Hush is really dope, too. It would be cool to see, like, some sort of, I don't know. But we're not seeing Batman, like, a Batman film for a while. This is just Batman versus Superman, so it's going to be an introductory.
They're going to be the focus, I think.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Batman himself, you know?
No.
Which is kind of good, but at the same time, there are so many characters that, like, we could see on the big screen that would be awesome. Like, I hope Clayface would be sick.
Well,
Killer Croc would be sick.
I hope in this movie, since we're going to have Lex Luthor, we get a Young Justice-esque Mercy. That would be fucking amazing. And for those of you who don't know, Mercy
is an android.
Is Lex Luthor's android bodyguard, and she is a total badass.
I hope they don't give it away immediately, though.
That she's an android?
Yeah, if they give it away like too soon, it'll kind of be like, I don't know. I hope that they kind of like build up to it, and then you realize like, holy shit, she's an android.
Well, yeah,
that'll like play into like how brilliant Lex Luthor actually is, and how conniving. Like he's thinking literally 15 steps ahead of everyone else. He is the smartest man in the world. I mean, Bruce Wayne
next to Batman and fucking Vandal Savage. I mean,
well, they're okay. Wait, but they're all smart in different ways. Like
they all
Batman,
have genius level intellect.
They do, and Batman is a fucking detective. Like he is one of the smartest men in the world. But Lex Luthor he's the president. Like he becomes the president, you know, and that's all. Like he's outwitted the Justice League before.
Oh yeah,
the entire Justice League, even Batman. I mean, Batman has a contingency plan for everything, but not well enough to get him out of office.
And Batman doesn't let people know when he's been duped.
And that being said, Lex Luthor, for being one of the smartest people in the DC universe, is also extremely confused because he becomes part of the Justice League at one point.
Yeah.
And it would be really interesting. Like, I hope that he's not just a one-off in this movie and they, like, kill him or, like, it's like, oh, it's over. Because he needs to make, like, recurring appearances. Yeah. You know, like, he's got to come back. Like, if he became part of the Justice League later on, like, 10 films down the line, that would be fucking sick.
They don't have to kill him in this movie. They just put him in Bel Rev.
Yeah, or he gets sick, or he retreats.
In Bel Rev.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Is Bel Rev is the Superman prison?
Bel Rev is all of this. They hold people who have superpowers in general.
Well, but there's Blackgate too.
Blackgate is in Arkham, or is in
Gotham. But there's different prisons, and then there's
Gotham doesn't hold Blackgate doesn't hold superpowered individuals though.
It holds lower level ones.
It holds mostly like Gotham criminals.
Okay, well, what about Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Asylum holds crazy people.
And they're superpowered?
Sometimes, but most of the time they're fucking just batshit crazy.
Okay, well, like, what about Killer Croc, though? Like, Killer Croc is kind of... He's like... Well, I don't know if he's really superpowered. What Batman characters are really superpowered? Poison Ivy has superpowers.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Freeze, you could argue, does, but he really doesn't. He's got more of a problem than anything else.
Most of the Batman villains who are not super powerful are lab experiments or something like that.
Like who? Who's another one? I'm trying to think of like another.
Scarecrow. I mean,
he's not super powered.
No,
he's just super intelligence.
Yeah,
and insane
and crazy.
Like most of their characters, like the Penguin is a crime lord. That's crazy. I never really thought about that. Like, you always think of them as they're super villains, but the real superpowered super villains are in like the other continuities, like Superman, like Brainiac, and Sinestro is definitely superpowered.
Or you look at like Flash enemies, some of them.
They're all superpowered.
Reverse Flash,
except for
Mirror Master.
But Mirror Master is only superpowered because of his
his mirror.
Yeah, Weather Wizard has superpowers.
Yeah.
He's a metahuman.
Weather Wizard in the comics is like Latin American.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
or something.
What? Which was it in Justice League? It was in like JLU when they're all like eating. They're all like sitting in the diner and they're like, "Damn, that Flash."
That's in Justice League.
Right, but
Yeah.
the Flash is awesome though. I mean, he's always like he approaches crime fighting in a different way from like any of the other superheroes though. And also when he like I've mentioned this before, but like when he like captures the Trickster, he's like, "You're off your meds again,"
Yeah,
you know, and like helps him out.
he cares for him.
But Batman kind of does too. Like I've been watching Batman the animated series, and Batman sees Clayface, or it was like the first incarnation of Clayface, which was kind of a bastardization or a mixture of the first and the second. But he was like, "Let me help you. Like, you don't have to hurt anyone anymore. I can help you get better. I can reverse this." And he was like, "You can't reverse me." Like,
Yeah.
you know, he went nuts.
Yeah. Well, and I think sometimes people don't remember that Batman does have like a softer side. Like he cares about people. He doesn't kill people because he doesn't want to feel guilt.
Even the villains.
Yeah.
But he has killed people, I'm pretty sure. He's probably killed his fair share of people.
Yeah. I think it really eats away at him when he does, though.
They're portraying Green Arrow as like hardcore killer too, like in
the TV show.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. In the first season, yeah, he was dropping bodies every episode.
But like, I don't know if that was ever part of the real Green Arrow like verse, you know?
It wasn't. I want them to do like in the New 52, Oliver runs a company called Q Corps, which is a subsidiary of
Queen Consolidated.
Yeah, I want that to happen in the show since he doesn't have control of Queen Consolidated anymore.
So in the next episode, I saw a preview for it, and like the Atom and the Arrow are going to go head to head. And apparently,
Oh, you haven't seen that one?
Wait, has that already happened?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch that.
Yeah.
But okay, and that's when like Diggle and the Suicide Squad, they like okay, I haven't seen that yet. But so apparently the next season for Arrow, the big villains are going to be Hive.
Yeah, they've already started kind of building towards that.
But isn't Hive like, doesn't Queen Bee have a lot to do with that?
She is the head of Hive.
Is she really? I don't think they're going to make that part of the Arrowverse though.
We've
because Bialia hasn't even been like,
no,
they haven't talked about it at all.
They've talked about Kaznia.
Yeah,
Kaznia is in this next episode.
But
Diggle and the Suicide Squad go to Kaznia.
Suicide.
But
like, and then okay, wait. So who's on the Suicide Squad now? It's Deadshot and Cupid, and
that's just for this mission. It's Deadshot and Cupid, and Harbinger.
Harbinger. She's not the real Harbinger though.
Lila?
Harbinger is super powered.
Yeah,
like in the comics, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then Simon, I want to see Simon. Like,
I don't think we'll
never
Simon.
see Simon with the fucking, maybe in the Flash
with like the transparent head.
Yeah,
probably not.
But they need to start moving some of the metahumans over to Arrow. Like, I don't understand why they're keeping them self-contained. It doesn't make any sense. Like you don't think that some of the metahumans would have gone to Star City?
Yeah, no, they definitely would have.
And you and I were talking about this about one of the last Flash episodes, right? Spoilers, where Professor Zoom kills Cisco. You know?
Yeah.
And you were saying that you would have liked to have seen Cisco stay dead and return in some way, like, or be revived as Vibe. I kind of agree with you there. Like, I want to see Cisco turn into Vibe. I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Even if they've already fucked up his story like enough, it could be an interesting new story for Vibe. You know.
My prediction is they're gonna end this season with either Caitlyn becoming Killer Frost or Cisco becoming Vibe. One way or the other, I feel like that's how this season is going to end.
I mean, Killer Frost is first and foremost a Firestorm villain.
Yeah.
I kind of almost feel like Firestorm should have their own show.
That would be dope, man.
And like, we could see like metahumans and like.
But I mean, I don't think I care enough about those characters to watch their own show. I feel like they're good supporting characters when you look at in terms of the Justice League as a whole. Like, it's really awesome to have. Killer Frost being one of the villains of the entire Justice League.
Right.
Yeah.
But would you rather see an Atom show or a Firestorm show.
Oh god.
I mean, you know what they
If
should
I had
do
to choose,
is they should do like it would be fucking awesome if they did like a JLA show and they like, you know, they had all of them come together and I mean, come on, man. I'm kind of like getting tired of seeing this emotional turmoil in every fucking episode of Arrow where it's like, oh, I still love you, Felicity, but like I'm with Ray now, like.
or
it's like,
there's
oh,
always
shit.
someone's always hiding a secret, or a secret has been discovered.
It's too CW-ish now.
And they're always like, but why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
And it's always the same thing. Someone didn't tell someone something, and they're pissed about it.
You know, okay, so this is what I heard. One of the writers from Arrow is now writing for The Flash, like one of the previous writers for Arrow, and now they got some new writer on Arrow that has been writing this entire last season. A lot of people are hating on this last season.
Yeah,
I like it. It's okay.
Different.
It's different, but
I feel like next season of Arrow is going to be really fucking good.
why did they even offer, like, why did Raish even offer Oliver, like, his successorship, if that makes sense, you know? Like, why did they, because I want to see that shit happen.
It's not going to.
No, it's not going to happen. It's it's Green, and when is
So
Arrow
has
going
that-
to turn into Green Arrow, for fuck's sake?
I don't think, why
They're
is
not
that
gonna-
necessary?
It's the fucking character. That'd be like calling Superman the S.
Okay, that's kind of a stretch.
No,
in
it's
term-
not.
Yeah, no, dude.
Well,
okay.
it is a little bit of a stretch.
I mean, come on. They call him the Arrow. That's fine. That little shit doesn't bother me. I don't care whether they call him Arrow or Green Arrow or whatever, because they don't spend the whole episode going, "Hey, Arrow."
he
or,
still has
you know,
green arrows, though.
Yeah,
But I feel like the Flash, if they just mesh the vibes of the Flash and Arrow, it would be a great show. Because
I feel like the reason you feel that way is because the first season of Flash is really good, and if you go watch the first season of Arrow, it's also really
but-
fucking good.
no, my dude, I had the first season of Arrow. I thought was boring. The second season was great.
A lot of people really love the first season of Arrow.
It was too many flashbacks for me. I don't know. I like to see the comic book characters like in action, but my
Once
complaint.
Flash runs out of that shit, though, man, it's gonna get really old, and people are gonna start being like, "Oh, Flash is so boring." And
No,
what-
that's why I'm saying, like, they need to start bringing the characters into each other's worlds a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like this whole, I think they might, because
There's gonna
they're
be
reaching
another.
a Flashpoint paradox kind of thing.
kind of, yeah.
And this kind of storyline. But my complaint about the Flash is like, okay, Cisco, you're gonna name this character. Like, some might say he's a weather wizard. Been waiting to say that since the very beginning. And the chick who plays Caitlin Snow fucking sucks. I'm sorry, like, she's hot, but she's not. Dude, like every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, shut it. And like Iris too.
I like Iris.
Oh man, I
think the casting's pretty
it seems
good
like
on that
it
show,
seems
man.
like they're adding, like, every time Iris opens her mouth too, I'm like, oh god. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not her acting, it's the writing. But the chick who plays Caitlin Snow, it's definitely her acting. I don't know, some of her writing is not very good either. It's all procedural, and like they're like, okay, what do I need to do for this? Well, some say that it's like she doesn't have to look things up. She just knows everything. It's like, come the fuck on. Like, Cisco died right now. You don't need to ask Cisco for any fucking help. Like, you know, she's like, what was going on exactly in that episode? Oh, when the tidal wave was coming. Mm-hmm. And he's like, how do I stop a tidal wave? And she's like, well, you could do it this way. It's like, okay, bitch, like, you already know how to stop the fucking tidal wave. And it's like, you know, a tidal wave that's going to crush the city. Like, you've been thinking about this or something? Like, I don't know. Do you ever read the
I feel
things?
like she's just supposed to be really fucking smart, so that's why they're like, she knows everything.
But like, if she approaches it, like, she should have a little bit more attitude. I feel she's like kind of like, like, I don't know. I have no way to describe it. I'm not really.
Honestly, I
into
don't
it.
watch that show for her anyway. She's such an ancillary character.
But still, it doesn't matter if you watch the show for her or not. That's something that I can nitpick at. And there's like, you know, I mean,
yeah, I mean, I guess
if
I try
I had
not
to
to
be critical.
nitpick any show I watch because
Why?
Because then it
You
leads
should be critical.
Nah, the more you look at the tiny things of the show that really don't matter, the more you become distracted from the actual storytelling that's going on.
That would never happen for me because I love The Flash.
Yeah.
And I like the show overall. I like what they're doing with it, but I mean, some parts irk me. Like, some things are not serious enough.
Well, yeah.
Some things in Arrow are way too fucking serious, and some things in Flash are not serious enough. And that's why I'm saying if there was a mesh of the two, you know, it would make more sense. Like, there are some things.
Honestly, I don't feel like. I like both those shows, but I don't feel like they are top-notch shows. I feel like they're both well done, and they're, they both have a lot of work put into them, and I think they're awesome just because of what they are. But I would never say that Flash and Arrow are on the same level as something like Game of Thrones.
Person of Interest.
Or Person of Interest. Or
Okay, aren't you kind of tired of, like, the ball busting that Barry's getting from Iris, though? Like, for fuck's sake, they hook up in the comics. Like, that's his love interest.
I feel like that is one thing that bothers me.
It still is only the first season.
That's the one thing that they are willing to go everywhere else on that show. Like, fuck it, we'll show Gorilla Grodd in the first season,
which is awesome. Yeah,
or we're just gonna, we're gonna share these secrets with the rest of the people on the show in the first couple episodes.
Right.
We're not gonna drag on these secrets and stuff, which is awesome. But then they end up, end up hiding that Barry and Iris thing. There's way too much going on there.
Yeah, I agree, and that's gotten real old for me. I feel if like I would be much more forgiving if they just fucking cleared that up real quick. Because Eddie, it's like, come on, dude, like, Anyway, so when Barry kissed Iris, I literally like had an outburst. I was like, yes, and then he like gets sent back in time,
and it didn't happen.
And she's like, Barry, I don't have those feelings for you. I already told you. And then it's like, okay, no, Barry's retarded. No, that's the whole wrap up that they got. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's like Dr. Wells is like, don't go changing anything, and Barry literally 3 seconds later changes something.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Well, I mean, of course he doesn't want to see the captain get crippled. Yeah. And that's very Barry Allen, that's the Flash. And he's going to do what he needs. And I kind of liked that. And he saved Joe from ending up over there. I kind of liked the twist, but at the same time, and I knew it had to happen like that, but, like, don't you think that there could have been something a little bit more, I don't know, like, with a little bit more gravity to it than, oh, Iris doesn't like me anymore. It's like, fuck, now we're right back to fucking step one, Jesus, I don't need to see any more of that goddamn storyline, like.
Everyone on Reddit, when that episode aired, I like to go, sift through the episode discussions and see what people had to say. Everyone was pissed off at the end of that episode. The chick who plays Caitlin Snow is like, oh, he has lightning psychosis.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking shit about that on Reddit. Oh, man, it was hilarious. It was. Yeah.
Do you watch the episode synopsis? Like the things that are on Reddit, they do it in like thumbnails where like some guy goes through it and like he overlays text on thumbnails from the show, and it's like this is he's very what's the word that I'm trying to think of? I don't know. It's pretty funny if you read it. I can't think of the exact word, so I'm not even going to delve into that. But are we talking about TV now? Is it safe to say?
Yeah, let's watch this real quick.
Okay.
We'll talk about it at the same time. Tonight is the season finale of Walking Dead.
I haven't watched a single bit of this since they got to the town.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know that Rick. I saw a photo of Rick like covered in blood.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say some shit's gone wrong in the town.
Some shit has definitely gone down, and I feel like they're really gonna end tonight's episode on a bang. Like. They
always do.
Yeah, but I feel like there's going to be some really serious turmoil to carry over into the next season. Something really bad is going to happen.
So the people are kind of fucked up in this town?
No. Well, there's one guy. The porch dick is kind of fucked up.
Porch dick?
Yeah. There was a guy who was sitting on his porch, and on Talking Dead, Chris Hardwick called him a porch dick. So now everyone's tweeting Chris Hardwick porch dick 24/7. But
and what's that woman's name? She's from Community, and she's on Talking
Yvette
Dead.
Nicole Brown,
right? Yeah,
she's not on every episode of Talking Dead, but she's on.
Some
a
people
lot.
were saying that she should be on more episodes of it.
She's considered to be the #1 Walking Dead super fan.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I also
I'm
saw
really
her.
excited.
I saw a photo of her in the crowd for a Survivor episode.
Oh,
and
really?
She was like, she's a huge TV fan.
The season finale tonight is not a 90-minute episode.
Oh, really?
It's even longer. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Is that Talking Dead?
No.
What? Who's that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who he is. So why don't you talk about some of the TV you've been watching?
Okay, so I caught up with Community. I've watched it on Yahoo Screen. It's free to watch. Surprisingly, you know what? There are commercials, but if you got an ad blocker or whatever, do what you do. But this season is basically Dan Harmon like Unchained. It's really crazy. They gave him a lot of freedom, and it's different from the rest of the Community seasons. But I will say, like, the first 10 minutes into the first episode, like, it was kind of slow for me, and I was like, oh man, this is really different. But then 10 minutes rather. The second 10 minutes were crazy meta overload. Like, it was amazing. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. And the episodes keep getting better as time goes on. So I'm really excited to see where they go with the season, and I hope they keep it. I mean, this has given me hope that this show could go on for as long as Dan wants it to go on.
So how are they? Is it available like Netflix the whole season, or are they're
doing it week by week? But there's 3 available already, so you can watch 3 at your whim.
Cool.
I think 4 maybe already if past this week. Anyway, it's good. It's just as good as it used to be. It's a little bit different. A lot of the cast there's some new cast. I mean, some of the old cast stuck around. Yvette Nicole Brown makes like an appearance or whatever, but they have this like running gag where they're turning the characters into like other characters from TV shows, and they like make it into, they do like a poster for it at the end, and like did like I don't know, it's funny as shit.
Yeah.
It's worth watching. If you haven't seen the rest of Community, I wouldn't recommend jumping into this season. I would say watch the rest of it before you jump into this. We also discussed on the last episode, you watched the first episode of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the whole season.
Yeah.
And it was good. I'll say that. The first few episodes, I was, up to episode 6, I was really entertained, and then the show kind of took a downturn. And I feel like I had some pretty harsh things to say about this show. So the underlying theme of the show is that we're stronger than we think, but the show really only markets towards women and gays. And straight men are basically portrayed as misogynistic, stupid, and domineering Johns. I don't know, like we're pimping out women or whatever. But despite the feminist message, a lot of the people, like the general people in the show, are borderline retarded. For instance, the sheriff is one of like the straight male figures in the show, and he burns his clothes.
I don't think I've seen the sheriff yet.
He doesn't show up till like episode 10.
Oh, okay.
He does heroin, and he has a conversation with a cat like it's a human.
Oh, great.
He's like, "That's the mayor's cat. I gotta follow the mayor's cat." And he tries to get the mayor's cat out of a tree by throwing his clothes. Eventually, he throws all of his clothes up there, and he jumps up and like climbs up on the tree as like the last leg of, I don't know, he was like, "Oh, this is what I need to do now." So he gets up there and he's talking to the cat. They get back to that, and he's like, "Well, I have to signal for people to come find me." So he burns his fucking clothes. It's like, this is fucking ridiculous.
That sounds dumb.
It is so goddamn dumb. And there's not one single strong, I don't know, straight male character, which is like an issue. Like 30 Rock is great because Alec Baldwin was there, and I feel like if there was some sort of aspect, like that in the show, it would make it more, it would appeal more to me. The end was gratifying. Everything was wrapped up over the course of 4 minutes, though, and I always have a problem with that.
So did they set it up for like a second season, or?
I think that they're going to do a second season, but is the second season necessary in my eyes? No.
Probably not.
One of the strong male characters is what's her name? She was also in 30 Rock, but she portrays Mrs.
She plays a male?
No. It's her father. She comes from an Indian reservation, and her father's like, he's like smart. He's got his head on straight, which but there's so little of that.
Mrs. Cobblepot is also the landlady.
Oh yeah.
Penguin's mom from Gotham.
And she's good. She's really
cool.
good. I enjoyed that. Her roommate. I don't know any of the actors' names, but her roommate is super gay, and he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hysterical. His name is Titus Andromedus or something like that.
His real name?
No.
In the show.
Yeah.
There's like the one scene. I haven't seen it. I just saw a GIF on Reddit where he's at the ATM and he tries to withdraw money.
Yeah.
He tries to withdraw like $2.
And it's a $3 fee, and he's like, yeah, but the reason, does it show the reason he's doing that? It's to buy curly straws.
Oh my god.
It's fucking
He would.
Yeah. He would do it. It's funny. I mean,
totally doesn't surprise me. Knowing his character, I'm not surprised one bit.
And the show has a lot of really great Faye moments. Like Tina Fey, like you can tell that's her right there, but at the same time, it's kind of overkill. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the show tries a little bit too hard. Even the theme song is like, and the theme song I actually like it. It was like it's like they're alive, damn it. Like, it's good. It's a play on Fame and like it's pretty meta, but I don't know. It just doesn't appeal 100% to everyone. And the fact that it's gotten such high reviews is like kind of a sad statement to me of like our culture and where we're at. Like it's like people are like, yeah, this is just great for the sake of it being great. But the acting is really good. I'll give it to who's the main chick? She was in The Office. Erin. Oh my God, what's her name? Erin in The Office? I don't remember. You're really good with actors' names.
Yeah, except I don't know any of these that you're talking about.
Here, I'll tell you right now. Ellie. Her name's Ellie Kemper. And she's really good, So she's Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. The show just appeals. I feel like it appeals to women more though, and that kind of sucks because I wish that there was like a little bit in there for me.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing though. Nonetheless, I'll check out the second season as well. Her boyfriend Dong, like he's an Asian dude who wants to get married right off the bat, like. The other boyfriend that she had,
she gets a boyfriend?
She has two different boyfriends, and she's in a love triangle at one point. She had another boyfriend who's this rich guy who seems nice in the very beginning, and he's like a gentleman, and it's a good portrayal. But then he turns out to be some entitled daddy's boy, and like he's a total piece of shit. So there's not one like the Mrs. Cobblepot, the woman who played what's her name, Carol Kane. She played Lillian in the show. It's revealed that she killed her husband.
Oh my God.
That's
dark.
It's pretty fucking dark, yeah. There's the other girl that I will say is awesome is this Dylan Jalula. I don't know how to say her last name, but she plays Xanthippe, and that's Jane Krakowski's daughter who played Jacqueline Voorhees. So that's her boss.
Yeah.
She was very good. Oh my God, this guy's name his name is Titus Andromedus. His real name is Titus Burgess. That's awesome. I don't know. I mean, give it a watch, see what you guys think about it. Those are just my thoughts, obviously, and my opinions. And I mean, I think it's a great statement about feminine strength. I think that women are very strong, and I am, a feminist to some extent, but this is I felt like it was kind of overkill. Anyway, that's I've been watching that and then Batman the Animated Series, which you said that you've watched a couple of episodes of and you weren't into. It's from '92, so.
I didn't say I wasn't into it. I just said it's more on the cusp of Silver Age and modern age Batman than I like. Because I'm not a huge fan of Golden or Silver Age Batman at all. And even some
like modern Batman. I like modern Batman.
But
the New 52?
Modern Batman started in
90s.
80s. No.
Yeah, 80s.
The 80s. Yeah, and the Silver Age went into like late 70s, early 80s.
So is Silver Age is where he's wearing like the underwear, basically. And that's what's going on in the show. What I can say about that show is it really did lay the foundation for like Two-Face. Two-Face's whole story is heartbreaking. Mr. Freeze's story is really emotional as well. I mean, it's real. I don't know.
Basically, it's cool. I mean, it's a 20-year-old show. So.
It is. It's a 20-year-old show, but Catwoman and Batman's relationship is badass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Anyway, you've got something right here.
So, this Tuesday, don't forget to watch The Roast of Justin Bieber.
House of the Zeros here, which means that right now there's a bachelor party discovering that their cake is empty. I'm not saying that Natasha's a whore, but I'm saying that Shaq can fit both feet in her pussy.
Hannibal Buress is amazing.
Shaq was actually there. Yeah. So don't forget this Tuesday, watch The Roast of Justin Bieber.
There's Kevin Hart right there, too. So there's a new movie out with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart. Get Hard?
Get Hard. Oh, God.
Have you seen a preview for it or anything like that?
Kevin Hart's movies are terrible, man.
I literally know nothing about it. I don't know.
I'm not going to watch it.
I wouldn't pay to go see it either. I was going to go watch The Gunman yesterday instead of Cinderella, but I saw it got such bad reviews. I was kind of like, I'm not going to pay money to go see a movie that... Actually, I might go watch it today.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So let's talk about this. There's some stuff leaving Netflix this month.
No.
We've talked about all the Cartoon Network stuff is leaving Netflix starting April 1st.
Man, that sucks. That really, like, I've been watching Batman. I need to probably take a break on that and just hustle through Young Justice again.
Are you I don't know what this is, but it's also leaving Astonishing X-Men. There's 3 parts to it.
I've watched it.
Is it good?
It's all right.
It's supposed to be really good. All the Friday the 13th movies are leaving Netflix.
Great.
Really, there's not that much stuff leaving Netflix besides all the Cartoon Network stuff.
That's all that I really care about.
There's a lot of stuff coming to Netflix this next month.
What's coming?
A bunch of movies. I'm not going to mention them all.
What are the ones of note?
Leprechaun 3, 4, and 6.
Oh, man, I really could not care less.
Leprechaun 4 in Space, and Leprechaun 6 Back to the Hood. Underworld, which is a really solid movie. A new Ricky Gervais, Derek. I'm not a huge Ricky Gervais.
I'm not a fan of him either. That guy's pretentious, and I don't know.
Delta Farce, Season 4 of Wilfred, Crank with Jason Statham.
None of these are making me excited at all.
April 10th, we get the first season of Daredevil.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's good. Game of Thrones is coming back too. That's not on Netflix though, but
no.
I'm ready for that. We never talked. Oh man.
Hot Fuzz, great movie, also coming to Netflix.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that too many times. Sons of Anarchy season 7. Nutty Professor 2, Facing the Fear. And National Treasure.
Okay, so speaking of Hot Fuzz, another comedy that's going to be coming out soon is from the Broken Lizard Troupe. It's Super Troopers 2. It got funded in one day.
Yeah.
The
Broken Lizard guys are fucking amazing.
And you know what's really crazy about them that I heard about is, so I looked into them, and none of their movies have made very much money. Like, Club Dread was a disaster.
Club Dread is my least favorite movie.
Well, it's mine too. But did you know that Beer Fest also was marginally a success?
Yeah,
it was like
I love Beer Fest too. I love all their movies, man.
The Slam and Salmon. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I hold
Michael Clark Duncan.
That's on the lower end for me.
Colby Smulders is in that too.
Yeah,
but speaking of comedies, I didn't mention this, and you were excited about this, so I watched all of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
It's so good.
I have nothing bad to say about that show. It's so fucking well made, and the writing is, oh my god, there are parts of that show that are just totally quotable. It's Mike Judge's brilliance.
Yeah.
How he's, they go to a Satanist meeting, and he's like, well, we got Chick-fil-A here, and I understand that they observe Christianity, but darn if their chicken isn't good.
I think the Dark Lord would understand.
You're gay. You're gay for my code, Dinesh. You're code gay.
Man. Dinesh and Guilfoyle are almost the best part about it.
They're great.
Yeah.
And TJ Miller is fucking amazing. The other dude too who plays
the main character.
No, well, he's good too. I like him. And
Thomas Middleditch, I think, is his name.
What's the guy's name that's Jacob or Jared?
Big Head?
No, not Big Head. Big Head's a fucker. But Jared, the guy who does their business.
Oh, the tall, skinny guy.
And TJ's like, yeah, man, we got to get rid of Jared.
He's the one guy who does shit.
He gets taken away to an island.
Yeah, and he gets stuck in that car that drives itself.
That is some funny shit, man. Also, the woman who's in it, I forgot her name, but she is hot.
Honestly, that show is fucking awesome, and I'm really excited.
I'm gonna watch it every episode, as it comes out. That's airing the same day as Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. So each Sunday you get an episode of Game of Thrones and of Silicon Valley.
I am so ready.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
So
what is this?
Let's talk a little
Paula Deen.
A little video game news. Paula Deen has a video game.
Is that actually Paula Deen?
Yes. And
dude, she looks so different now.
This might be the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Holy shit, what's she doing? Paula Deen.
Look at her face. It's so scary.
It's safe to say that she is a scary woman herself. Is this it's like a mobile game?
Yeah. Oh.
Gross, dude.
Why is everything in slow motion? It's so creepy.
And she's like looking. She's
Look at
staring into my soul. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that is some scary.
This shit,
Oh my god.
it's called Paula Deen's Recipe Quest.
Like playing with your food?
Oh no, I don't like playing with my food.
Available now at the App Store.
This scares me. I'm genuinely scared. Oh man.
There was an amazing video that I saw of Gordon Ramsay doing like a fake. Hold up, bear with me. Gordon Ramsay, it's like a fake video of Gordon Ramsay cooking. It's fucking hilarious.
There's also an episode of South Park where Cartman pretends to be Gordon Ramsay. It's amazing.
Dude, I saw this on Reddit the other day, and it was one of the funniest things I swear I've ever seen. Oh my god. I wish I could find it.
Well, you're looking on your phone anyway, so it's not like we'd be able to show it.
Well, I would just tell you what it is, but I can't. I don't know.
If we find it, we'll post it to the Macrocast Facebook page.
Yeah,
How about
I
that?
mean, it's hysterical, but I don't know. It's one of those things that had me literally in stitches for like a day.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? Hideo Kojima? Oh no.
Well, we were going to talk about this last week. We'll touch on it real quick. This is not confirmed officially, and Konami has kind of danced around the issue and not really said what's going on. But Hideo Kojima, the mastermind behind Metal Gear Solid, his name was recently taken off the box art for the newest Metal Gear that's going to come out, and it led to these rumors that he's leaving. That he's leaving Konami, and now they're saying he will be with them up until the release of this Metal Gear, which he says is the last one. I know Hideo Kojima has said that before about other Metal Gears, but I think it's, he's finally going to be leaving. But what scares me is he was supposed to be working on Silent Hills with Guillermo del Toro and another development studio, I believe. But now I'm curious what's going to happen to Silent Hills if Kojima leaves Konami.
Well, hasn't he already worked on it? Like, isn't it?
I don't think so, man. I think they developed the demo, which was kind of like the proof of concept for them.
I found it.
And then he went to work on the new Metal Gear.
The new. But oh man, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just not. I mean, I guess it does. People are huge fans of Metal Gear, but I'm just not. I can't get into it.
I'm not a huge Metal Gear fan. I am a much bigger Silent Hill fan.
I'm excited. I don't know. I think that they'll still do a good job with Silent Hills. Hopefully they don't go back to the same.
That's the thing. Silent Hills may not be happening at this point.
What?
If Kojima leaves Konami.
But I thought that they've already been working on it for like 2 years.
No, man. I'm sure they've started some development on it, but most of the work was for for PT.
Oh, really?
Which PT is separate from Silent Hills. It was just,
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully,
Yeah, I hope it doesn't.
Isn't Konami also Metal Gear though?
Yeah.
So,
but see, that's the thing. If
he's not going to work on it.
Kojima's the mastermind behind these. He's the artist.
Yeah, both of these franchises.
Yeah, so. It scares me. And, Guillermo del Toro is kind of cursed in the video game world.
Why?
He's worked on a couple other projects that fell through before.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that some people say he kind of treats the video game development process the same as if he was
directing a film,
making a movie or something like that, and you can't really do that. The other thing with Kojima is it costs so much money for him to make a video game.
Really?
Like, ridiculously expensive. And I don't think they make that much money off Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they do.
I don't think so,
It's a
man.
huge enterprise.
Nah, I think they sold, the last Metal Gear sold, 4 million copies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is, that's really not that good.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that he stays on board, and then we'll get to see some awesome Silent Hill action.
Yep.
Or, maybe there could possibly be someone else that could pick up the pieces. But who?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Look up Gordon Ramsay's pancake recipe spoof. It is glorious, dude.
Gordon Ramsay's pancake recipe
Spoof.
spoof.
Spoog. There.
Is this it?
Yes. This is so well made.
1 whole egg, milk. Hold the jug with one hand. The secret is to get that really nice smooth paste. But
I love this.
whisking that egg first.
Is this like How to Basics but with Gordon Ramsay?
Watch.
Then put all the milk in, because then you're going to get a lovely pancake mix. Teaspoon. That helps to bring a nice crispy edge to the mixture. Now, just taste. Look at that. I love that. The larger the pan, the better. It helps to create a nice, thin, even surface. I want that. That's what I'm looking for.
What the fuck?
Tosser.
Jamie Oliver.
The exciting part, a little shake. That releases it. And then just shake it to the end. Beautifully. Now, that's exactly what I want. That nice sort of colour is so important. That for me is pancakes. Amazing.
What?
So one thing you'll notice is that
In the cavity, I'm putting no...
that whole thing is not Gordon Ramsay.
It's not Gordon Ramsay. It's
No.
not the real Gordon Ramsay?
So they never show his face and the actual thing in the same shot. It's a guy wearing the same thing as Gordon Ramsay in a similar kitchen, like doing all of that shit.
Wow.
It's really well made, right?
Yeah, so
That
so
right
he
there,
was
I want
actually
that.
making something real.
It's a real pancake recipe that he's done,
Okay.
but he's this is not Gordon Ramsay.
I
Someone totally cut it up and fucked it up.
It would be really funny if it was Gordon Ramsay, like, he saw How
Doing
to
it himself,
Basic,
yeah.
and he was like, oh, I want to make a video like that.
That's what I thought initially, and I was like, man, Gordon Ramsay is a fucking badass if he actually did something like that. But I mean, he has the capital to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That brought some light into my dark heart.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
My dark heart.
Don't break my heart. My dark,
achy, breaky-
dark heart. Well,
Terrible.
that's our show.
Ah. Well, I guess I'll do some plugs. I'm Downlow'd, DOWNLOW''D. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/officialdownload. Remember, that's DOWNLOWD. And tweet me, Downlow'd here, and let me know what you feel. You can hashtag the Macrocast, or just, tell me that you love me or you hate me or whatever. I've got all the social media. I am Downlow'd.com. Alex will tell you about Macro Records and all of the good stuff that we've got going on right now.
Real quick, Snoo, what'd you think about today's episode?
Thanks,
God,
man.
Insightful as always.
He is the best.
He really, he's got such lovely things to say about us.
It's funny that we never even asked him a damn thing during the whole episode. He just sits here. He's the best listener.
Yeah, he really is. He just sat here and listened patiently.
Please don't sue us.
If you enjoyed this episode, we would really appreciate it if you went onto iTunes and left us a review. It helps bump up the show, get it in the ears of more people. And we would really appreciate it.
That's what we need.
If you want to tweet me or the show, use @MacroRecords, and don't forget hashtag the Macrocast or hashtag Ask Snoo if you've got a question for Snoo. Thanks, Snoo. And if you enjoyed the show, you can keep up with us via our official website. This is macro.com. It's the hub for all things Macro Records, our blog, music, podcast, let's plays, our store. Everything we do is right there in one nice little wrapped up package.
You can also find us
bow
on
top.
if you're on Facebook, find the Macrocast, and we post all kinds of good
It's
stuff.
really
that we talk
easy.
about.
If you're listening to the audio version, just go in the description below and you'll find it. If you're watching on video, it's even easier. Just go in the description of this video and you'll find it.
It's literally just as easy both ways.
Nah, it's a little bit easier if you're watching on video because depending what type of podcast player, if you don't have an iPhone, chances are you have some third-party podcast player.
Well, if you haven't watched us on video, go ahead and give us a chance.
YouTube.com/MacroRecordsTV.
Take a chance on us.
There's two ways to get this show, video or audio, whichever you please.
You'll be able to see Snoo.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see all the cool stuff we looked at throughout the show.
Snoo. Yeah, totally. It's been good. It's been great.
Thanks for listening, guys.
It's been happy times.
See you next
watch
week.
Cinderella again.
No, I'm gonna watch Walking Dead tonight.
I'm gonna go watch The Gunman.
Gundam Man?
Condom Man.
Condom Man?
No, The Gunman with Sean Penn.
Oh, okay.
I think that one looks like it looks pretty good.